If you're a sports fan, make sure you go check out SportsCastr for all of your sports news. Whether you are a Patriots fan or not, this is the perfect way to meet all of your sports needs and is a platform I personally use myself in case any of you guys want to catch me live talking about training camp recaps, etc. I'll leave a link in the description below. What is up, Pats Nation? It's Patriots Global back here with another video, and with breaking news, the New England Patriots have decided to release wide receiver Dontrelle Inman. Now, personally, this move does not come as much of a surprise. He really hasn't done much, really just has not worked out well with New England, really just from the start. I know that for some people this will come as a surprise. There were some people out there that felt Dontrelle Inman was a lock to make this roster, which was a very bold statement and obviously did not turn out very well. Inman was signed about mid-May, so he was there for, OTAs, he was there for minicamp, training camp, all of that, and just seriously struggled. Now, I again made a video a while back on free agents that the Patriots could look to sign, and in that was Dontrelle Inman. A few weeks later, the Patriots did sign him, so in the end, I am very glad that they brought Dontrelle Inman for a look. Really, there was a lot of things that I felt would make Dontrelle Inman a perfect fit here in New England, but sadly, it just did not work out really in any phase. Interestingly enough, the release came per Dontrelle Inman. Dontrelle Inman actually went to the Patriots and asked them, look, I want to be released. Can you release me? And the front office said, yeah, we'll release you. And I think this really works out good on both sides. Dontrelle Inman being released makes a whole lot of sense. Josh Gordon is coming back, so that's another receiver position, another roster lock for the Patriots, and it makes Dontrelle Inman an even harder chance to make the Patriots' final roster, and I think he knew that he was already struggling, so it was not looking good, especially with the return of Josh Gordon. Inman being released will give him a chance to be able to go to other NFL teams, will make sure that he prevents getting injured in the next couple of the two preseason games the Patriots have. But all in all, we'll be able to give him some more time to pick up the new scheme in whatever team he decides to go to. As for the Patriots, this works out good also because let's be real, guys. Okay, Dontrelle Inman was going to be released. He was not going to make this 53-man roster. He was going to be cut for roster cutdowns. Now, I do believe that the Patriots would have liked to keep him around for another 2 weeks of the preseason just to see how he does. But with the return of Josh Gordon, the Patriots did have to clear up a roster spot, so it works out really perfect that, Dontrelle Inman wanted to be released and the Patriots needed to release someone, and now Josh Gordon comes in and fills that need again at wide receiver. Really, this entire offseason, more specifically in training camp, Dontrelle Inman has been running with the third-string offense, and that's never good, especially for a 30-year-old veteran to be running with the third string. Not to mention the fact that he only caught a couple of passes on the very few targets that he got thrown his way versus the Tennessee Titans, and it was actually the exact same situation the week before versus the Lions. In week 1 of the preseason versus the Lions, he played about 24% of offensive snaps. This past preseason game versus the Titans for week 2, he played about 37% of offensive snaps, so it just shows how the Patriots are utilizing him. Okay, even the Patriots got banged up, okay? They're missing a lot of wide receivers right now. This would have been the perfect chance for Dontrelle Inman to get more snaps this past week versus the Titans, and he didn't. Now, he definitely saw a bit of a rise compared to week 1 versus the Lions, but still it was not significant enough, and he didn't really make much more of an impact than he did in week 1. In fact, I don't really think he made any impact on the week 2 of the preseason. Something that I really liked about Dontrelle Inman was the fact that he was a big receiver. 6'3", 205 pounds, but you look at what the Patriots have right now. You look at Josh Gordon, you look at N'Keal Harry, you look at Jacoby Myers, and they all are 6-foot types of guys, so really Dontrelle Inman becomes nothing very special. Really, the biggest thing that Dontrelle Inman had against a lot of these wide receivers is the fact that he is a veteran and the fact that he's been around the NFL for a long time and that he's played with multiple teams, the Chargers, the Bears, the Colts, and of course the Pats. His most productive season came in 2016 when he caught 58 passes for 810 yards and 4 touchdowns, but really, that was about it. He's dealt with some injuries. We thought that maybe he could capitalize on what he did with the Colts this past season, but again, it didn't happen. He was getting beat out by other veterans. He was getting beat out by rookies, whether that's drafted rookies or undrafted rookies. And he had just a hard time making a connection really with all three of the quarterbacks, that being Tom Brady, Jarrett Stidham, and Brian Hoyer. And the biggest thing is that if you can't even build a connection with guys like Jarrett Stidham, who makes sure he passes the ball around and really evenly distributes the ball, Brian Hoyer, who does really the same thing, then there's no way you're going to be able to build a chemistry with Tom Brady, who's very picky about who he gives the ball to. So right now, for your New England Patriots wide receivers, you're looking at Julian Edelman, Josh Gordon, N'Keal Harry, Philip Dorsett, Jacoby Myers, Maurice Harris whenever he does come back from injury, Braxton Berrios, Damon Patterson, Ryan Davis, Gunnar Olszewski, and of course, Demaryius Thomas and Cameron Meredith, who are on the PUP list. But that is it for today's video. What are your guys' thoughts on the Dontrelle Inman release? Let me know in the comments below. And also, if you're not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button and give this video a huge thumbs up. It means a lot seeing that, our subscriber count and our like count is continuing to go up, and that is not possible without each and every single one of you of the PG family. Like always, if you guys would like to get some Patriots Global merch, you can get that in the link in the description below. And like always, if you do send me a picture of you rocking your Patriots Global merch, whether that's, a shirt, a hoodie, or even a phone case, if you send me a picture of you rocking it, I will include you in my next YouTube video. Make sure you guys share this video with everybody who knows we can go to the Patriots Global family. And other than that, I will catch you guys in another video.